So welcome to lecture number 1 and good afternoon to all. I'll be teaching subject control system. Okay, so in this lecture I'll talk about the overall about the course, and then after that, okay, in detail syllabus, okay, then my lecture plan, okay, and all those things, what practicals, and then how evaluation will be done. So all about those things I'll talk about that one. But before that, let me introduce myself. Okay, I'm Dr. Manish Kokare, okay, professor and presently Dean Finance, Resource Mobilization and Quality Assurance. Before this, I shouldered the responsibility of head of the department from 2018 to 2020. And before that, I was Dean Research and Development from 2016 to 2018 for 2 years. And from basically 2013 onward, I'm coordinator for Center of Excellence in Signal Image Processing, which is established on the first floor of Electronics Engineering Department. And from 2008 to 2011, I was control of examination for 3 years. Okay, I have done my diploma in industrial electronics, and I was basically 19th rank in Maharashtra as a merit in diploma, and then degree from the HGS College of Engineering and Technology, Vishnupuri, Nanded in 1993. And then I worked with industry for 1.5 years. And in October 95, I joined as a faculty member a year in the Department of Electronics and Television Engineering as a lecturer. And presently, I'm a professor in the department. Then in 1999, I finished my master's, and after that, immediately I applied for PhD at IIT Kharagpur, got selected there, and I finished my PhD from IIT Kharagpur with very good publication at early age. And based on my contribution in PhD, I got first award from Government of India, that is AICTE Award, Career Award for Young Teacher. So this award I got in 2005 after finishing my PhD, and in that award I got 10.5 lakh rupees as award money. And under that, okay, I could visit several countries, several universities for collaborative research work and so on. So under that, I have visited Cambridge University, Oxford University, London, Spain, Germany, France, USA 2 times, Singapore, Bangkok, Malaysia. All those visits I have done. And then in 2010, I got second award, that is Boyce-Coss Fellowship, better opportunity for young scientists in chosen area of science and technology. So under that, I got admission at University of California, Santa Barbara, USA, for doing my postdoctoral research work. And so I was there in California for 1 year, from 2011 to 2012. And I worked with Professor Manjunath at UCSB. And my research area during my postdoc was diabetic retinopathy. And overall, my research area is image processing, computer vision, machine learning, and so on. Recently, actually, in 2013, okay, I got University Best Teacher Award from Swami Ramanand Tirth University. And in 2020, okay, I got National Award, that is AICTE Vishwesvaraya Best Teacher Award 2020. So you know that this award is given to the faculty member of engineering college all over India, then polytechnics, MBA, pharmacy. So there were total 6 lakh faculty members. Out of that, they have chosen 12 best faculty members. So I was one among them, and I was honored with this AICTE Vishwesvaraya Best Teacher Award 2020 on 15th September 2020, that is Engineers Day. Okay, and then yes, I have delivered several lectures, invited talks, more than 350 talks all over India for the benefit of faculty members, okay, in the Maharashtra state, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and then Madhya Pradesh, okay, and Telangana, and all those things. I have over about 25 years of experience, and I teach the subject like as a control system for undergraduate, multimedia, image processing. Then at postgraduate level, I teach subject like as a computer vision, machine learning, soft computing, and also I have taught the subject like as a data structure and computer algorithm, network and lines, basic electronics, all those subjects, various subjects I have handled. And yeah, I'm working at national level committees, okay, and yeah, in the institute also I'm holding most of the positions. I have shouldered most of the responsibilities till today, and presently, as I said, that I'm Dean Finance, Research Mobilization and Quality Assurance. So this is all about me, okay, and now welcome to this course of control system. So the main objective of this course is to learn modeling of physical systems and express its internal dynamics and input-output relationship by means of block diagrams, signal flow graph, mathematical modeling, transfer functions, and so on. So that is the first objective, how to basically convert these physical systems into mathematical modeling, and then how to find out the transfer function. Once you find out the transfer function, then second objective is that to understand the relationship between parameters of control system and its stability, finding the accuracy, finding the transient behavior, finding the steady state error, and so on. So that is our second objective of this course. Third objective of this course is a student should be able to identify the parameters that the system is sensitive to, and determine the stability of the control systems and parameter ranges for the desired degree of stability using the algebraic and frequency domain analysis method. Okay. Also, at the end, we will be studying, understanding the different types of controllers, like as a proportional controller, integral controller, derivative controller, proportional plus integral, proportional plus derivative, proportional plus integral plus derivative, and an-off controller. So all those controllers we will study in this subject. So these are the objectives of this subject. Now, first question is that why this subject is there for this electronics engineering or electronics and telecommunication engineering. You know that control system is used everywhere, okay, whether it is an electronics industry or whether it is a mechanical industry, whether it is a process industry or anywhere, okay. Even if you take any equipment, okay, in that equipment control system is there. If you take the television, control system is there, radio control system is there, okay, your computer control system is there, satellite control system is there. In industry, if you go, all those industries are equipped with control systems. So knowledge of control system is very, very important for any engineer, okay, and that's why this subject is there for undergraduate level. And you know that if you see the syllabus of GATE examination, control system is one of the core subject of electronics engineering or electronics and telecommunication engineering. You know that the subject like as a electronic devices and circuits, digital electronics, then microprocessor, then signals and system, then electromagnetic engineering, control system, and then communication system, and digital signal processing. So all those subjects are the core subject. If you check your GATE syllabus, you will find that this subject is one of the core subjects. So knowledge of this subject is very, very important. So I'll appeal all students basically. I hope that you must be preparing for the GATE examination. So one of the subject of GATE examination is control system. So pay close attention for every lecture, okay, and try to understand the concept of every point or every concept, and then you'll be able to solve any kind of question which will be asked in the GATE examination, or whether your regular examination will be there for some time. Now, what you will get after completing this subject or after studying this subject, what will be the outcome of this subject? So first thing is that you will learn how to model the physical systems and express its internal dynamics and input-output relationship by means of block diagram, signal flow graph, mathematical modeling, and also you will be able to find out the transfer function of that system. So that is first thing you will learn from this subject. Second thing is that you will understand and explain the relationship of between the parameters of control system and its stability, accuracy, transient behavior, steady state behavior, and so on. Then you'll be able to identify the parameters, indices, system indices, and also you'll be able to find whether that system is absolutely stable, relatively stable, or conditionally stable, or marginally stable, and all those things. So, what is the degree of stability of that system? You'll be able to find that one. And to find out the basically stability of the control system, there are various techniques in a time domain as well as frequency domain. So in time domain, you will be studying Routh-Hurwitz criteria method. You'll be studying root locus method to find out the stability in a time domain. But in frequency domain also, you can find out the stability of control system. And in frequency domain, you will be studying the Bode plot to find out the frequency domain stability, the Nyquist plot, and so on, and also polar plot from that in a frequency domain. So determine the frequency response or time response of control system. You'll be able to do that one. Also, you'll be able to design P controller, that is proportional controller, integral controller, derivative controller, proportional plus integral, proportional plus derivative, proportional plus integral, and derivative controller. And you'll be able to see the transient and steady state response of those controllers and so on. And definitely at the end, you'll be able to model and analyze the control system using the test space analysis technique. So these are the outcomes, whatever you are going to study in this subject. So this will be the outcome of those subject and so on. Now to the detailed syllabus, there are 6 chapters in this, basically 6 to 7 chapters are there in this control system syllabus. So first chapter, I'll talk about introduction to the control system. So in that, we'll start with definitions. What is by control? What is by control action? What is by feedback control system? Then we'll see the history of that one. Then what are the different elements of control system? And then we'll see what is by open loop control system, what is by closed loop control system. Then we'll be able to see the effect of feedback on overall gain, and then parameter variations, external disturbance and noise, and control over the system dynamics. Also, we'll be able to study the regenerative feedback, and also we'll see the difference between linear control system, non-linear control system. Also, the difference between time invariant system versus time varying system. Then single input, single output system, and multi-input, multi-output system. So all those things we are going to study in the first chapter, and I hope that it will take hardly 2 to 3 hours, not more than that. 3 hours is sufficient for all those things. The second chapter is of Laplace transform. Laplace transform is very, very important mathematical tool in a case of control system, because to find out the transfer function of a complicated system, you need to find out, you need to do the mathematical modeling of that system, and mathematical modeling of higher order system is very easy with the help of Laplace transform. Already you people have studied Laplace transform in second year, so just we'll see the properties, and then how to find out the transfer function, how to find out the poles and zeros of that system, and what is the significance of poles, what is the significance of zeros, what is the advantages of transfer function, what are the properties of transfer function. So all those things we are going to study in the second chapter, right? Then the third chapter is big chapter, that is mathematical modeling of dynamic system. So in this, basically, we'll be studying basically the transfer function and impulse response. Then we'll see the differential equation. Particularly here, we will be studying the how to obtain the mathematical model of physical systems. So physical systems are there, and then how to represent those physical systems in a mathematical model, and then from that, okay, whether that physical system is in the form of mechanical or in the form of electrical or electronics or in the form of thermal or pneumatic and so on. So all those things we will study, and after that we'll see the analogous system, how to design mechanical system in terms of electrical or electronic system in terms of mechanical system. So analogous system likewise a force voltage analogy or force current analogy or torque current analogy, and then linearization of nonlinear mathematical model. And then after that we will see how to represent the system with block diagram, then block diagram reduction rules, how to obtain the overall transfer function of complicated system by using block diagram reduction technique. And then after that we will study the signal flow graph, which is given by Mason's-Gen formula. So in that we'll first study about different definitions of signal flow graphs, properties of signal flow graphs, then we'll study Mason's-Gen formula, and then how to use this Mason's-Gen formula for finding the transfer function of the block diagram by using signal flow graph and so on. So this is what we are going to study in the third chapter, right? Then in the fourth chapter, we'll study the time response. So time domain analysis of a control system. So that is our fourth chapter. So in that, first we'll study what are the different test signals which are used for doing the time domain analysis. So test signals may be your step signal or ramp signal or your parabolic signal, sinusoidal signal. So these are the standard test signals which are used for doing the time domain analysis. So that we'll study here. Then after that, we'll start a transient response. Okay. And then in that transient response also, again, we'll study different definitions like as what is by peak time, what is by rise time, what is by delay time, what is by settling time, what is by maximum peak overshoot. So all those things we will study in the transient response. Then what is by error, how to find out the error constant. And then after that, we will study time response of first and second order system. In that, we'll do the detailed analysis of both the system and we'll derive the equation for time response of first order system as well as second order system. It may be time equation or it may be a error equation. Then we can see the effect of adding poles and zeros to the transfer function. What happens basically after adding the poles and zeros to the transfer function, then which are the dominant poles of transfer function, what is the effect of dominant poles and so on. Then we'll see the basic control action and response of control systems. Like basic control actions means controllers, we'll see the controllers. So in that controller, we'll start with on-off controller, then we'll study proportional controller, then we'll study integral controller, derivative controller, and then we'll see the combination of proportional integral, proportional derivative, and then proportional integral and derivative controller. So all those controller we are going to study in the fourth chapter, right? Then in the fifth chapter, we will study how to basically evaluate the stability of a control system. Okay, so we'll see the concept of stability. What is how to find out the stability by using bounded input, bounded output stability concept. Okay, conditions. Then zero input and asymptotic stability. Then we'll see the Hurwitz stability criteria, Routh-Hurwitz criteria in detail. Then we'll study how to find out the relative stability analysis, root locus techniques. Okay, then in that we'll see the details, how to draw the root locus of given system, and then how to find out the stability from the root locus, whether that system is absolutely stable, relatively stable, or marginally stable, all those things that we are going to study. So in this particularly, we will study Routh-Hurwitz criteria and root locus techniques for finding the stability. Then in the sixth chapter, we will be studying the frequency domain analysis. Okay, so frequency domain analysis. So in that we'll have this frequency response of closed loop system, then frequency domain specifications of the prototype second order system, then correlation between the time and frequency response, polar plot, Bode plots, phase and gain margin, and then how to find out the stability from the gain margin and phase margin with the Bode plot, the lag magnitude versus phase plot, Nyquist plot, Nyquist stability criteria. And in that we will be studying the polar plot first, okay, and then Nyquist stability criteria, and then relative stability analysis. So this is the frequency domain analysis we are going to study in the 6th chapter. And if time permits, okay, we will be studying the 7th chapter, that is state variable analysis and design. So in that we are going to study the concept of state, state variables, and state models for linear continuous time system or diagonalization of the system, solution of state equation, concept of controllability and observability. So this is overall syllabus of the control system. Okay, there are 7 chapters, but mostly we take okay, this is my experience, up to 6th chapter we will be able to finish the syllabus and so on. Now, which book you should refer for this subject? So I'll suggest you people to refer this Isai Nagraj and M. Gopal book of control system engineering. Okay, so you will find most of the syllabus from this book, 100% syllabus from this book. For additional knowledge, you can use the Ogata's book, that is Modern Control Engineering, which is written by K. Ogata. Also, 3rd book is Automatic Control System by Koo, okay, Benjamin Koo. So this book is also a good book. And then Norman Nisse, okay, this Control System Engineering, okay, this John Wiley publication. This book is also a really good book. Or Dove and Bishop, Modern Control System Engineering. This book is also a good book. But everybody should have at least this book with them, because most of the assignment I give from this book, most of the syllabus is from this book. So you can take this book, which is available in the library. You can, and you know that for the GATE also, all those books are suggested for studying the control system. So if you study this subject very well, okay, during your regular course, okay, I'm sure that one of the chapter of your, because see that in GATE examination, your one subject, whatever you are going to study in undergraduate, is just one chapter. Means your control system, one subject is one chapter of your GATE syllabus. Okay, electromagnetic engineering, one subject is one chapter of your GATE syllabus, and so on. So like that way. So if you study this subject well during your regular study, then I'm sure that your one chapter of GATE will be prepared very well. Okay, that is what I can say. Now, the examination pattern, what I do for this one, I generally evaluate the student based, okay, this is our examination pattern since pandemic, that is 20, 30, 20, 30. So 20 marks is for ISE, that is in-semester evaluation before mid-semester, and in that I give assignment as well as I conduct test, at least 2 to 3 tests, 2 tests I conduct, and then assignments also. Then after that, mid-semester examination will be there of 30 marks. Syllabus for this, okay, up to mid-semester will be 3.5 chapters. There are 7 chapters, so 3.5 chapters will be there for up to mid-semester, and then remaining 3.5 chapters will be for end semester examination, right? So 20 marks again after mid-semester, and in that again I'll be giving you assignments and test attendance and so on. Okay, I give marks to attendance also, right? And then 30 marks end semester examination will be there in the this one. Then practical, okay, so you have to do the practicals in the MATLAB simulation of control system, and there will be 10 practicals, so each practical will have the weightage of 10%. So you have to conduct the practical and you have to submit the assignments or whatever is there every time, and then Viva will be taken by your teacher, which are assigned to the practical, and every practical will be of 10% importance, and then this will be a continuous evaluation. At the end, there will not be examination. Whatever is your regular performance, so this will be noted, this will be recorded, and based on that one, marks will be given or your grades will be allocated and so on. So after every practical, you have to submit experimental document in the standard format, and then after every practical, Viva will be conducted. So this is how practical evaluation will be done. And for conducting practical, okay, there will be assistant teacher for me, particularly either okay, research scholars or contractual faculty members will be conducting the practicals, and they will report me the performance. The overall course plan, okay, in lecture 1, what I'm going to take, in lecture 2, what I'm going to take. So introduction about course plan, okay, that is what I have talked about in the first lecture. In the second lecture, I'll talk about introduction to the control system, and then in third lecture, different types of control systems like as open loop, closed loop, time invariant control system, time invariant control system, linear control system, non-linear control system, multi-input, multi-output, single input, single output. So that part I'll study. Okay, we will take in third lecture. Okay, so this is our first unit. Okay, this is very short unit, so within 3 lectures it will be over. Then in this one, in the fourth lecture, I'll talk about the Laplace transform. Okay, already you people have studied this Laplace transform, so I'll just brush up that one. And then after that, I'll take the concept of poles and zeros, and then transfer function and so on. So I think, okay, fourth and fifth lecture I'll take here. Okay, and then after that, next lecture will be the third chapter, right? So after this one, there will be one assignment due after second chapter. So I'll ask you to submit the assignment in a given time. So everything will be recorded and so on. Then in the next lecture, we'll start the third chapter, that is Introduction to Mathematical Modeling of Physical System. This is the bigger chapter. So these are small chapters, but this is bigger chapter. Then transfer function and impulse response, then differential equation and transfer function of physical systems such as mechanical and electrical system. Then we'll study in 8th lecture analogous system, and then problems on force and torque and current voltage analogy that we'll study in the 9th lecture, and then block diagram representation of control system, then how to reduce or what are the different rules for reduction of techniques, so that we'll take in 10th lecture. And then in 11th lecture, we'll take some problems on block diagram reduction techniques, then signal flow graph. Okay, in that we'll study the definitions, properties, and then in next we'll study the Mason's gate formula, which is used for signal flow graph. In the 14th lecture, we'll study the problems on signal flow graph. So this lecture, okay, this here will finish our third chapter, and after finishing third chapter, you have to submit the assignment number 2. Then in the 15th lecture, we'll start the 4 chapters, that is standard test signal, and then transient response, then time response of first order system, time response of second order system, transient response specification, and problems on time response specification, and then effect of adding poles and zeros to the transfer function, dominant poles of the transfer function. I think by end of this 20th lecture, okay, we'll be finishing the half of syllabus, and then after half of the syllabus, there will be mid-semester examination. So this is this is what we have planned up to mid-semester. After mid-semester, we'll continue this basic control actions and response in the 21st lecture, then effect of integral derivative control action of the system performance, PID controller, lead lag compensation. So in 23rd lecture, we'll finish our 4th chapter, and then after that, you have to submit the 3rd assignment. Then in 24th lecture, we'll start the chapter number 5. In that, we'll study concept of stability, bounded input, bounded output stability, conditions, zero input, and asymptotic stability. Then in 25th lecture, we'll study Hurwitz stability criterion. 26th, okay, Routh-Hurwitz criteria in detail. Then in 27th, we'll take the problems on Routh's criteria. And in 28th lecture, we'll start root locus techniques. In that, we'll study introduction, basic properties of root locus. And in 29th lecture, we'll study general rules for constructing the root locus. And then in 30th lecture, we'll study the problems on root locus, right? Then That will finish our fifth chapter. In 31st lecture, we'll start our this one sixth chapter, and in that we'll study frequency response of closed loop system, frequency specification, correlation between time and frequency response, Bode plot, introduction, construction of Bode plot, then Bode plot problems, then Polar plot will take, and Nyquist plot. So that will finish our chapter number 6, and then here you have to submit assignment 5, and after this one next plot you have to submit assignment number 6. So in total there will be 6 assignment, 3 before mid semester, 3 after mid semester, and in the last lecture we'll take the introduction about the state space analysis, that is the 40th lecture. Okay, so this is all about my course plan. Okay, and so on. So you have to submit the assignment on time. Okay, and delayed assignment will not be accepted at all. Okay, expectation is that you should work hard and get the reward from that one, and also interact with your colleagues, as well as interact with me. Whenever you have any difficulty, you can ask without any hesitation. And this is for basically in the class, face-to-face learning, but now we are in the online, so all those things will be there at your home. But if class starts in the face-to-face, so you have to have the separate notebook of control system, pen, pencil, highlighter, and then you have to draw several graphs, so scale and all those things will be needed, and so on. So this is all about the course on control system. Okay, and I have talked about, basically I have given my introduction, and then after that I have talked about what are the course objective, what is the outcome of this, what you are going to study, why this subject is so important from electronics point of view, and then detailed syllabus. So in every chapter what you are going to study, that I talked about. After that, how you will be evaluated, about that I talked about, and then how practicals will be conducted, I talked about that one. And then at the end, I talked about my course plan. So in entire 40 hours of lecture, which point I'm going to take on in which lecture, all those things I have clearly mentioned. So clear roadmap is there in front of you. There is no ambiguity, and I hope that you will enjoy this course. Second thing is that I'd like to tell you, I'm not going to share my presentation. Last year I had a bad experience. So last year after mid-semester, I have decided not to share this one. My lecture sites, you have to study on your own from the books and my lectures. Okay, this year I'm going to add one more thing for your benefit. That is, anyway, I'm recording all those videos of all the lectures. So all those lectures will be made available for you people on my YouTube channel. Okay, already I have shared my multimedia entire course on my YouTube channel. Then computer vision entire course is also available on my YouTube channel. And this year, after every lecture, next day I'll be uploading my video lecture on the YouTube. So if somebody want to refer that, they can see the video lecture again and then study subject well. So if you have any doubt, I'll be happy to answer the questions. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. And from tomorrow, we'll start actual syllabus. And feel free to communicate, to ask the questions during the lecture also, or after lecture. You can ask at any time, no problem. So is there any basically any question?